Hello, Brown Beauties. Welcome back to our channel. Two brown girls here. And we are here with another Dear Brown Girls. And we have someone that emailed us. So if you're interested in emailing us, everything will be in the description box below. And you guys can find a way to ask us any question under the sun. We will answer it. Put our 2 cents in.
Give it to the best of our ability.
To the best of our ability. All right, go ahead, Liz.
Okay. Dear Brown Girls, greetings from Missouri. I'm a brown, married, stay-at-home mom of 2 young children, ages 3 and 1. I jokingly call myself a unicorn because where I live, there are very few stay-at-home moms of color, a minority of a minority. Currently, I'm a blogger, but I have big dreams of becoming a published author of both children's literature and self-help books for moms. My blog, laughsloudoften.com, that was a plug for you, has a very small following, but also has been getting some traffic on Instagram. Question number 1. What is the best way to promote my blog? Do you think it's appropriate to invite Facebook friends to like a business page? I don't want to spam anyone, and I get annoyed if someone invites me to like their Avon or Tupperware page since I have no interest in buying those products. Do you want to just take that first?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so I have to say that the only way you can expand your business is if you put it out there. Maybe if you don't want to just select random people to like your page, maybe you look for people that you know would be interested. So people that you know that have children, that are moms, they don't have to necessarily be stay-at-home moms. I'm not a stay-at-home mom, but I do like to listen to or read what other moms are doing so I can incorporate that with my kids sometimes. So I do think you should move forward with inviting people to your page, otherwise how are they going to know you're there?
100% agree that there's absolutely, if you're not going to promote your business, who is?
Right.
So you absolutely have no shame in inviting friends. Definitely try to target, because the reason why you're annoyed with Avon and Tupperware is because you have no interest in it.
Right.
The reason why I would be annoyed is because I have no interest in it. If you target who you're selecting and who you're pinpointing them out, they may not be annoyed. They may actually, their interest may be piqued because it's something that they're genuinely interested in. The second thing with the best way to promote, in addition to just doing those things, is to be consistent in terms of content. So put something out all the time. Also, a really good, something that's actually really good way to promote is to stay topical. So if things are circulating, if a news story comes out, write about that, because that's what's on people's minds. Part of YouTube, what you see people the most growing in is when a new palette comes out and they're reviewing those products.
Right.
Because that's what people are looking for. That's they're called search engine optimization, SEO, search engine optimization. So if people are naturally searching for things and you're writing about that, you're more likely to be found.
Yes.
In the soup of what's going on. So if a story comes out, if something that piques your interest, write about it.
Yes.
Put that out there, and when people are searching about whatever the story is,
They'll
you may
find
come
you.
up, they'll read other things that you've written about, and before you know it, you'll grow an audience organically, because you also want to advertise beyond just your immediate group of friends.
Right.
You want, in order to grow, you have to go beyond that. So those are my suggestions.
I also think that your title is important in that too. Like when she was talking about SEO, what you put in your title makes a huge difference. So when she's saying get a topic that that is trending right now, you want to make sure that something that people are looking for is in that topic. And what I normally do when we're titling our videos is I will Google something, like for instance, fall is here, so I'll do fall makeup looks, or I'll just put fall, and like if it says fall makeup looks, I know that that's the highly searched thing. If it says if I put cranberry and it's like cranberry makeup looks, I know that's the most search thing, and then I put that in the title somehow. So those are just little things that you can do to promote, but the biggest thing is consistency. The minute that the audience that are looking for you is not getting new content, what happens is they get disinterested.
Yep.
And we're really in a society that is moving all the time. Also, putting snippets of what you are doing on your Instagram. So to be honest, people aren't reading as much as they'd like to. So maybe just talk about a snippet of what you wrote in your blog on Instagram in a video, and it doesn't have to be, you know, an expensive camera, whatever. Find your natural light, get your phone out if you have an iPhone, and do your video. And the thing is, it's all about content. Content is the number one thing. That's what drags people in and keeps them interested. Those are tidbits, because I know personally I don't read blogs like I used to. But I will, if I see something on Instagram, then I will click on the link and search for it that way. So that's one.
And just last thing, because that was actually a really good point, and that is, since you are writing and people don't write as much, have an interesting take. What people, I do read blogs, but I'm only going to read the blogs that the person that's writing has an interesting take. If you're just regurgitating everything that's already out there, that's not interesting. You're run of the mill. No, you're not going to grow an audience organically. For example, I don't know if you follow, or maybe you may have heard of Awesome Lovey. I love her. She still writes. She has grown as a blogger, as a public speaker, simply off of a blog. And the reason why is because she takes things that are trending, things that are public, but she has a very interesting, sometimes it's sarcasm, sometimes it's shade, sometimes it's whatever. Like, she takes what it is, kind of catches you up, tells you what's going on, and then gives her take. And her take is what's interesting, and that's what you're attracted to. So don't just regurgitate the story. Think about what you think about it and have an interesting, something that's uniquely you take on it. Don't try to be, you know, what everyone else is doing. Be authentic, be who you are, but make it interesting.
One more thing. I'm sorry. Is if you do any DIY things that are mommy-like this is what you could do for your kids, and you write about it as a blog, then you also want to put it on Pinterest. Because a lot of people, like, I will randomly, like, what can I do for fall with my son, or something like that. And then I'll just put it in Pinterest, and then I'll see all these things, and then that makes me click on the blog.
Absolutely.
So I'll see the pictures of how they did it, and then I'll click on the blog. So if you do anything like that, that's another way, Pinterest. And you don't even have to have a ton of followers on Pinterest. It's really searchable by topic.
Absolutely.
So that's one other thing. Okay, second question.
Second question. I am also afraid of rejection when it comes to my blog. I prefer if my friends like my blog on their own, as I post links to new blogs post on my personal page as well. I think we kind of already addressed that.
Wait a minute. I want to say one more thing.
Okay.
Fear is the number one thing that stops you from doing anything. And we talked about this in our last Dear Brown Girls, when we talked about ourselves and being fearful and moving forward, our struggles with that. If you are fearful and you don't put your 100% out, then you are going to be stagnant. So you have to push past the fear and do it anyway.
Yep. Because
if you don't, and only allow your friends, the problem with your friends is they're your friends, and so they are going to be like, oh man, that's awesome. When you need to really expand. And I mean, us being on YouTube right now, that's opening up, because we can get, you guys are stupid, this is that. You know, the minute you put your work out to the world, you will get rejection.
Yeah.
And the bigger you get, the more rejection you're going to get. And it may seem like, and sometimes you don't even have to be that big, but I have to say that if you are going to stay fearful, you're going to stay stagnant. You're going to have to push past it and find ways to deal with it. I have a celebrity client, and she tells me that people put negative, terrible things on her Instagram pictures. The things that she doesn't want to have stay there, she deletes. And the other thing is, she's just like, I know who I am. I know what I do. I know, I don't care that you think that, I'm not pretty. I don't care that you don't like the way I wear my hair. And that is being rooted and grounded in, like, those friends are the ones who support you in that, and your family. You don't take what they say to heart, because you can never please everybody.
Absolutely.
Like, never.
Ever.
Like, that's why you can't be fearful and just do it anyway, because guaranteed there's somebody who is interested in what you have to say. So that's what I have to say about the fear.
Last thing. I'm going to just piggyback and we're going to move on. And that is, fear is really, what you're afraid of is it's the rejection, but it's vulnerability. Yeah. That's what it is. And that's what I'm also learning, just being honest and transparent, is that fear, because what you really have to do is nail down, what am I afraid of? And the fear is being vulnerable. Girl, I have so many thoughts going through my mind because I'm thinking about doing a video on this, and I'm going to share a little bit with you. What we really want to do, quick, Melissa, what we really want to do and be is perfect. The reason why is because if I am perfect, I am not subject to criticism. There is no vulnerability because I'm perfect. There's no negativity in my comments that you can give me because I am perfect. And what you have to understand is perfection is not a thing. Perfection is something you can't achieve. Right. So what you have to do is do it afraid anyway, and know that someone's not going to like you, but be rooted and grounded in who you are. Be authentic in who you are. Recognize perfection is not something that I am striving for because it's not achievable. And once you understand that and you're able to love who you are, love what you're doing, be authentic in what you're doing, you recognize you're not going to satisfy everybody. Again, that is not the goal. Perfection is not the goal. Satisfying everybody is not the goal. Once you mark those off as goals, nope, not a goal, nope, not a goal, you can move forward.
Yes.
You can move forward. So move forward and understand perfection is not the goal. Satisfying everyone is not the goal. Do that. Be authentic. Be true to who you are, girl, and do your blog.
I mean, do we have an offering plate? Can we put some money in here?
I only do videos when I'm passionate, and that's why I'm like kind of hyped right now. I make being authentic. If it doesn't speak to me, it's not going to speak to you. Right. And that is something I am working on. Perfection is not something I have to achieve to do this. I'm not a perfect makeup artist. In fact, I'm not a makeup artist at all. But I do this because I love it, because I enjoy it, and I'm authentically me.
And there's a lot of people who aren't makeup artists doing this. And so that's just a tidbit of why you should do it afraid anyway.
Do it afraid anyway. Amen.
That's you should write that. And when you wake up, like, you should create a vision board of what you want to achieve with your business, and you put that somewhere that you're going to look at it daily, but in the center of that should be do it afraid anyway.
Amen.
So
all right, next. Do you think I'm on the right track with growing my following, or do I need to be more aggressive? I've had a couple bad experiences in the past with thinking an acquaintance wanted to be friends, but we're just trying to sell products. I don't want to be the annoying blog friend.
I think we touched on that already.
I do too.
I think you have to quit worrying about what other people are thinking. Like, at the end of the day, if they don't want to follow your blog, they won't. If they don't want to be your friend on Facebook, they won't. Like, it's just, that's it. An acquaintance, I think, and then you have to take the personal and the emotion out of it. Because just like with doing hair and makeup, if someone doesn't like something that is happening, I can't take it personally. Yeah. It's something that I'm like, okay, this is my business. This is what I'm doing. How can I make this better? And so in your case, if someone doesn't want to subscribe to your blog because it doesn't relate to them, oh well. You know, and your acquaintances and your friends, like, you're not making real friends when these people are following you. You're just getting a following for your business. And if you are thinking like, oh, I just met this person, they should come and follow my blog. No, I mean, I'm like, I don't even think my mom is subscribed to this channel. You know what I mean?
Mine isn't either.
So it's like, that's what you have to take out of it. Take out the personal. Take it out and just attack it aggressively. Yes, you should attack it aggressively because this is your passion, right?
Yes.
So attack it aggressively. Yeah. Absolutely.
Yep.
Move, like, aggressively. All the time. All the time. When you have a spare moment, you should be thinking of different ways and look at people who are doing what you do.
Yes.
I mean, we look at YouTubers all the time. I look at hairstylists all the time, you know, because then you'll see, we talked about this again in our favorites. It was a book, and it's, I forgot the name of the book, Starving Artist. Yes.
Creative artists don't starve, something like that.
Like, creative artists don't starve, or starving, I don't know. You guys look at that video. But the thing about it was that he talked about different artists that we know that are amazing, and we hold them on this high pedestal, that took things from other people and eventually found a niche and created their own artistic, and that's how their artistic capabilities came. And believe it or not, you looking at other bloggers or other writers or whatever, you're going to take tidbits like, oh, I like how she took an approach to that. Actually, I like how she worded that. And then you create your own way of doing things, and guess what? You become, this is me.
Uniquely you.
Yes, uniquely you. And I think, and that's something like you do copycat people until you find what that is. Yes, inspire is a better word. But at the end of the day, like I have, it's a little different with hair and makeup because it's not like I'm plagiarizing that. But there are times when I don't know what to do. I scroll through my favorite makeup artist looks, and I'm like, I think that. And guess what? I may try to emulate that, but it does not
and
look
that's
like
why I say inspiration. Because what you're always going to do is see it and garner the inspiration, but you're always going to put your own unique twist on it. Because at the end of the day, you're not them.
Right.
So unless you're writing it plagiarizing, word for word, then it's always going to truly be a sort of inspiration. Because it's always you're just going to put your own seasoning on it every time.
Every time. So don't be afraid. Yes, go aggressively. Like you need to go hardcore or you will be stagnant.
Absolutely.
And do it afraid anyway.
Do it afraid anyway. Since my husband is the primary breadwinner, we are trying to grow my blog into a business at a slow and steady rate. Writing is my passion. I really want to share my stories with the world, encourage someone else in the process. I thoroughly enjoy your videos. Thank you. And look forward to your advice. I think we answered.
Wait, sincerely afraid to step on toes. I wanted to read that because I love that she named herself like that, made it a true
letter. Dear Abby.
Yeah, dear Abby. So those were our tidbits and our encouragement to you. And I'm serious about a vision board. Like I think when we are going for our passion, there's so many ways to get there, and your brain just gets jumbled. Should I try this? Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. And then write down your list of goals that you want to achieve on a weekly basis, monthly basis, however it works for you. And then you can check it off the minute you start getting frustrated, like I'm not even making progress. But when you can look at your goals and check things off, you feel better. And just really, really get that vision board together because it keeps you encouraged.
Absolutely. I hope this video was helpful. Before we go, I want to solicit the viewership of, if you are interested and you are a brown girl and you are part of this family, like her page.
Yes.
Go. Like her page. It is Laughs Loud Often. I personally will like it. We just looked at it before we started the video. I personally will go on there and like it. If it is something that, because we don't want to bash you, we don't want to force you, but if you're a mother, if you're interested in some of the things she has to offer, like it, just out of pure support. The same way we did Rihanna and Fenty, just out of pure support. If you're interested in it, definitely click the like button. Show her that we love her. Show her that we support her and that she should do it anyway. She should do it afraid.
Do it afraid. That is like our quote. I think I'm going to put that on my vision.
That was good.
Do it afraid
Do
anyway.
it afraid.
All right, thank you so much for watching. If you guys have a question for us, for Dear Brown Girls, make sure you email it to us. We will put it in our video rotation. And so any type of question, you guys, it could be about your marriage, your college life. It does not matter what the topic is. Send it to us.
Send it to us.
We actually love it. We
enjoy
reading
this is
them.
Honestly one of my favorite segments.
Yeah, this is like when we get it, we're like, oh,
yeah.
When it says Dear Brown Girls and like the heading, I'm like, oh my gosh, we got one.
Yeah,
so please make sure that you guys send your questions. I think that's it, right?
That's it.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And then follow us on Instagram. I am at Deandra Giselle.
And I am at Miss Kev on Stage.
Bye, beauties.
Bye.